Today's rant was written by somebody who we all know very, very well. He's my favorite president, and he wrote and spoke my favorite speech. And I know there's a bunch of people who won't agree with me, but you don't have to. It's still a free country. Wait a second. Wait, is it still a free country? Okay, I won't even go there. Sorry. Just kidding. I would like to say I get a little emotional reading it. I've never not. I'm in a really bad mood, so maybe I won't shed a tear. But for many of us, the last time we heard this speech was sometime in high school, or maybe we heard of it in our high school social studies class, or maybe we just heard of it. So please listen to it today, because in my humble opinion, okay, my arrogant opinion, sorry, I'm not that humble sometimes, it applies absolutely today, just as much as it did possibly, I wasn't there, but when he read it on the battlefield. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address is about hope, and it applies today. But I'm going to read this, and I might be a little shaky with it, but this matters if we care about our nation. And a lot of people right now are so mad and pissed and hurt that they don't, but I still do. I'm probably mad and pissed, but I still do. So this is what he wrote. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We've come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives so that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we do this. But in a large sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hollow this ground. The brave men lived and died who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion, the cost which they gave the last measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain. I'm just getting a little sad because I'm sad about what's happening to our country. I'm sad that people don't care. Plus, this is my favorite speech, so I have to get a little emotional. That this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Abraham Lincoln said that on November 19th, 1863. And I know our nation has done a lot of really bad things, but I have hope for our nation. I think we can be great. I mean, really great, not Trump great, but I mean, really great. Like actually make our nation have liberty and justice for all. Follow what our nation, is chartered to do, and that's to create a better nation for everybody. And I know a lot of people probably criticize me, Lincoln this, Lincoln that, but I think I have an okay perspective. And right now, I think we're at a really sad time, because our nation right now has an executive power grab that's kind of out of control. And even the Congress in the House of Representatives can't stop them. And the Senate doesn't want to stop them. And today I'm going to talk about Trump's disinformation campaign. And maybe it's my white privilege that I can think of these things and not just worry about, feeding my children. Or maybe it's that I just care a damn lot about my fellow humans. And I know that as bad as things are right now, if this nation turns into a regime, which is what is happening, that we have seen nothing. We have seen absolutely nothing. We think we're all miserable and struggling. I'm not trying to be the soothsayer of doom, but I don't see it any other way. It's not going to improve with a king, an arrogant, conceited, self-loving king. It's just not going to improve. So the war that we're talking about today, when I read Lincoln's speech, I really think applies. So many people gave their lives, even, not just black, brown, and just white people too, everybody, to try to make our nation a better nation. And we are a flawed nation, but we don't have to be like this. We can be a great nation. We have to take the high road. And when Trump got into office, he got in because people chose the low road. They chose the easy way to be hurtful and cruel and blaming and rotten and harm our fellow humans. It's like we gave up. So today I wanted to talk about what's going on. I'm going to be really real about it. Because unlike that war where it was kind of like guns and a no man's land, there is no man's land, no person's land to meet at. Spread out among us are people who are being fooled, and they don't even know it. And they've been tricked to the point where they're now our enemy. More appropriately, made their enemy of the state. They're destroying our nation, and they don't even know it. They're doing it under the guise of, this is going to be good for us. And people who know hate is never the answer. It just isn't. It can't be. Name one thing that hate's ever really accomplished. Nothing. So I'm just taking this really hard. And I know it's stupid. Maybe I should, people think, oh, that's ridiculous. Go get a problem. But the more I read, the more I think, geez, Louise, we really are following what Nazi Germany. I mean, we really are headed there. I don't know who's going to stand up and stop us. Do you?